And the other deal it does is people don't know this. It's kind of like a scapegoat sport because they get 3 for 1. If you have, you have to have a certain amount of sports to be sponsored Division
Mhm.
One. People don't really understand that. So if you have indoor, outdoor track, and cross country, you get 3 sports. I forget the minimal. I think sports you have to have 6 or 7 to be D1. So track and field gives you 3 sports if you sponsor indoor, outdoor, and cross country. Yet you're only paying these coaches one salary. And they have a year-round season. Football has an
Yeah.
off season. Basketball has an off season. If you do cross country, if you're a distance coach, you're all year. Even if you're indoor, outdoor, you're all year. And like you said, if you got kids that go to the trials or go to Europe, and recruiting never stops. So you you kill the coaches. It's not paying a lot. You're kind of using the coaches by I got 3 sports for the cost of one. Think about that. And the other sports they get 3 salaries. So you have that, and then like you said, when you get to the pro level, especially the field events, there's not a lot of development, and there's not a lot of meets for these guys who are in between. And what I mean in between is a kid who's like 10-1 out of college and they want to keep training, or a guy long jumping 26 feet and he keeps training, and then they can't really make it pro because there's no sponsors or whatever.
Yeah, and it's the fact that, like, technical events, they take longer. I mean,
Yeah.
the average medalist on the men's side is 26 and 27 on the women's side, and you see a lot of successful athletes at 28 to 30 years old. I mean, if a kid redshirts, they're 22, 23 years old, so
Hmm.
they've got 5, potentially 5, 6 years to make that gap. And, in the past, Nike and all the other companies did a really good job of supporting because there's not a lot of other support. And so now they're pretty much washed away. I mean, unless you're a medalist in the field events, you're not going to get a contract. I mean, it's pretty much the standard now. And so, like, for the Wills and Britneys and stuff who were super successful out of college, that's no problem. Like, you look at Jasmine Moore, Anna Hall, but, you know, girls that are, jumping right around 14 meters that could be 15 meters and medalist and develop in the next 4 to 5 years, but there's just no support for them, especially in the
Yeah.
field of us. And so it's a broken, like, we talked about, but it's going to take people like myself and you who are passionate about this sport to really do it. And I'm not bitching, I'm not complaining, I'm just doing something about it. It's kind of like my whole life. It's if something
Yeah.
is broke or something's not right, I just go and try my best. I may fail. I may not, reach to the level I want, but I really, my goal is to create a training group and a foundation, and with foundation for support for the athletes, and have coaches and kind of set up what the training center was a while ago, and so that field event athletes can start to develop, because we're just not seeing it. I mean, you have competitions where if you have professional athletes,
Hmm.
in the events, you can't even fill a field.
Yeah.
The collegians are too important, and collegiate kids are in their thing, and I'm seeing it. I mean, I got a pretty decent size, meet this weekend, but it would be, if I have a meet with money, I might have 30 athletes coming, and now if I have a meet with money, I'm lucky to get 20.
Hmm.
And that's a lot of international athletes coming too. So yeah, there's just not that post collegiate um, support system out there, and you as a track and field, I just don't feel like it's their job. First, I don't think they know how to do it, but secondly, it's not their job to do it. And so, but as coaches, it's like, how many hats can we truly have on? I mean, what are we going to be? We work as agents, sports psychologists, coaches. We help with travel. I mean, our
Hmm.
jobs are just expanding. But it's also too, like, Chris, if you had 6 gold medalists, and this is how broken it is. Like, let's say you have 6 gold medalists from the 100, 200, right? Those athletes can afford to pay you, okay, right?
Hmm.
But let's say you have 6 medalists in events that aren't popular. So, like, let's just say you're me, and now you're field event coach, and you have 6 gold medal long jump, and high jump. They're not going to get sponsorship to be able to coach me. I mean, to pay me,
Hmm.
right? And then part of it is, and then the system's broken as it is, because it's like the agents get 15 to 20%, and the coaches get zero of that.